Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters, did you know that some of the pennies in your pocket change could be worth a fortune? Today, we're diving into the top high-value wheat pennies that could be worth millions of dollars. Stick around to see if you have one of these rare coins hiding in your collection. First up, the 1946 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is part of the famous series of pennies issued by the U.S. Mint from 1909 to 1958. Featuring the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 ears of wheat on the reverse. This series is iconic for being one of the longest-running designs in U.S. history, with many collectors targeting specific years, mint marks, and unique conditions for their numismatic collections. The year 1946 marked a significant period in U.S. history. Coming just after World War II, the country was entering an era of economic growth and recovery as the war had brought about considerable changes in production and workforce dynamics. The 1946 penny, however, is noteworthy not just for its historical context, but for its design, which remains one of the most recognizable features of American coinage. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny, minted in Philadelphia, had a mintage of around 1.1 billion coins, which makes it relatively common in circulation. However, when it comes to determining its value, in today's market, condition plays a crucial role. For pennies in dirty or blackened conditions, such as the one we're discussing, collectors often look for specific characteristics that could make the coins stand out from the masses. Even in dirty or damaged condition, the value of the 1946 wheat penny can be higher than that of other run-of-the-mill pennies, especially if the coin has a unique toning, such as the black color seen on this example. Coins with unusual toning can sometimes fetch higher prices at auction due to the rarity of such occurrences. In this case, the coin's dirty, blackened appearance adds to its mystery and, for some collectors, its appeal. While a 1946 penny in average condition may only be worth a few cents, a coin with distinctive toning or unusual wear can be worth upwards of $20 to $50, depending on its condition and collector demand. At auction, these coins can occasionally fetch more, especially if they are seen as unique, or if a specific buyer is looking for such a coin. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse of the coin, you can see Lincoln's portrait, which has remained unchanged since 1909, with the inscription Liberty on the left side and the year of minting 1946 on the right. Above the date is the inscription In God We Trust. On the reverse side, you'll find 2 stalks of wheat on either side of the coin with the words E pluribus unum above them and 1 cent below. The design of the wheat stalks symbolizes the country's agricultural foundation, which was crucial at the time the coin was first introduced. The reverse also features the words United States of America. There are no significant errors typically associated with the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. However, collectors still seek coins that have unique qualities or historical significance. The black color or dirty condition of this coin makes it stand out, and while such coins might be considered more unattractive to some collectors, there is a certain subset of collectors who specialize in these types of coins. Coins that have been subject to environmental damage often carry a certain level of intrigue for numismatists who appreciate the unique character they acquire over time. The fact that this coin is in such a distinct condition could potentially drive up its value in niche markets or among collectors with an eye for the unusual. Next up, the 1919 Lincoln wheat penny is an important coin in the history of American numismatics. By this time, the Lincoln cent series had been in circulation for over a decade, and the U.S. Mint had settled into a design featuring Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered U.S. presidents. The 1919 penny was produced during a transitional time for the U.S. Mint. It was the first year after World War I, and the country was undergoing significant social and economic changes. The Lincoln cent, with its distinctive wheat reverse, had already become a symbol of America's agricultural roots, and it would continue in this design until the 1950s. The design of the 1919 Lincoln wheat penny was the same as the previous years, featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse. The reverse features 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing the agricultural heritage of the nation. The 1919 coin in question, which has experienced significant color change, presents a darker, more worn appearance compared to its original copper sheen. The dark, tarnished condition is typically a result of prolonged exposure to environmental factors like humidity, air, and chemicals. The discoloration of the coin can reduce its overall value as it may detract from the sharpness and clarity of the coin's features. The 1919 Lincoln penny, without a mint mark, was minted at the Philadelphia Mint in massive quantities. The total mintage for the year exceeded 300 million coins, making the 1919 penny a relatively common issue. However, the value of a 1919 penny in dark, color-changed, and dirty condition is more dependent on its collector appeal than its rarity. While well-preserved coins from 1919 can fetch a few dollars or more, the coin in question might be valued lower if it shows signs of heavy tarnishing and dirt accumulation. Still, even in poor condition, a 1919 Lincoln penny in a unique state could attract bids between $300,000 at auction. As with other years in the Lincoln Wheat series, there are several potential errors that could increase the value of the 1919 penny. Some collectors specifically seek out die errors or other unique characteristics, such as double strikes or overdates, which can substantially increase a coin's value. For example, a 1919 penny with a double die or a more noticeable minting error could fetch hundreds thousands of dollars or even more, depending on the severity of the error. Though this coin may not have obvious errors, the darkened color and damage still make it an interesting piece to certain collectors who focus on unusual characteristics. Next up, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is another important coin in the series, as it was minted during the World War II era. The United States was still deep into the conflict, and the coin's production was a symbol of both the country's ongoing wartime economy and the economic hardships that many faced. This period also saw copper shortages, leading the U.S. Mint to experiment with alternative materials for coinage during the war. The 1944 penny itself is made of copper, as wartime production of steel pennies such as those issued in 1943 was largely abandoned after the war's end. The 1944 wheat penny, therefore, continues the legacy of copper-based pennies with the familiar wheat ears reverse, symbolizing the nation's agricultural roots. While the mintage of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny was significant at around 1.1 billion coins, certain years and conditions make certain examples much more valuable. For instance, coins with unique toning or those that have endured harsh conditions such as blackened or damaged appearances can still hold substantial collector value. Like the 1946 coin, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny had a large mintage, which would normally place it in the common category. However, the market value of a 1944 penny with a dirty, blackened, or damaged condition can still be worth more than its face value due to collector demand. The value of a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny in blackened, dirty, or damaged condition largely depends on the specific attributes of the coin. Collectors may be attracted to such coins because of their unique appearance and their association with the wartime period. Such pennies can range in value from $52,000, with some examples fetching even higher prices at auction, especially if they have historical significance, such as being tied to a specific wartime event or condition. The design of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is similar to that of other coins in the series, with the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse features the iconic wheat ears design, which is often considered one of the most emblematic images of U.S. coinage. As with the 1946 coin, the inscription E pluribus unum is above the wheat stalks, with United States of America and 1 cent below. On the obverse, we see the inscription In God We Trust along with the year 1944 on the right side of the coin. The mint mark, if present, would appear just below the date. However, this particular coin does not feature a mint mark, indicating that it was minted in Philadelphia. As with the 1946 example, there are no major errors typically associated with the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. However, the blackened, dirty, and damaged appearance of this coin might interest collectors who appreciate the uniqueness of such pieces. Damage and toning are often seen as characteristics that can add to the coin story, providing a link to the past and making it more collectible in certain niche circles. Next up, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent with a D mint mark is another outstanding example of the rich history embedded in US coinage. As with all Lincoln cents, it tells the story of the nation's past, but this coin also offers insight into the design changes and production shifts that took place during the years leading up to World War. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent was struck during a turbulent time in world history. The United States was on the brink of entering World War II, and the minting of coins was critical to support the nation's growing economy. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent was produced to meet the increasing demand for change as the U.S. economy expanded during the early years of the 1940s. By this time, the Lincoln cent had undergone minor modifications in design over the years, with the most noticeable changes being on the reverse. The wheat cent was near the end of its production cycle, as the U.S. Mint would soon transition to the Lincoln Memorial reverse design in 1959, despite the historical context and the relatively high mintage. The 1941 D wheat cent remains an important coin in American numismatics. The 1941 D wheat cent saw a large production run, with more than 100 million coins being minted at the Denver Mint. While this means the coin is not especially rare, its value in the market can vary greatly depending on condition and demand. A 1941 D cent in fine condition is considered to be in good, but not pristine, shape, with moderate wear visible on both sides. Coins in this condition are still highly sought after by collectors, due to their historical significance and their role in completing sets of Lincoln Wheat Cents. In today's auction market, a 1941 D wheat cent in fine condition can range in value from $73,500 depending on the exact quality of the coin. Coins with better preservation or interesting error types can increase significantly in value, particularly when auctioned among collectors who specialize in error coins or historical pieces. As with most US coins, the 1941 D wheat cent is not immune to error coins. Some of the more notable errors on this coin include off-center strikes, doubling, and die cracks. For collectors, these errors can elevate the coin's value, making it an even more attractive investment. Coins with double dies or other unique errors are often the most valuable, with some specimens seeing bidding wars at auctions. The collector interest in this coin is steady, as it represents a crucial year in the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, and many collectors focus on acquiring examples from each minting year, given its relatively low price in fine condition. The 1941 D wheat cent is a popular choice for those looking to complete their collection of Lincoln Wheat Cents. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent with the D mint mark is a coin that embodies the intersection of history, art, and numismatics. Its availability in the market, along with its appealing design and potential for error coins, makes it a prime candidate for collectors. Whether you're just beginning or looking to add a key piece to your collection, the 1941 D wheat cent offers a glimpse into a pivotal moment in US history. Next up, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Cent is part of a long-running series of coins that were introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series is one of the most recognized in US numismatic history, and the 1951 issue was produced in large quantities, meaning that finding a rare example in good condition is increasingly difficult. The 1951 large date version is distinguishable from the small date version, making it an important variation that collectors value. In 1951, over 1 billion Lincoln pennies were struck, but with the large date style being a distinctive error in itself, it created a category of rare coins within the year. This particular coin, with its large date, shows the historical importance of a series that shaped US currency for much of the 20th century. The 1951 Lincoln penny has a mintage of more than 1 billion coins. The coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln by Brenner on the obverse. On the reverse, the coin depicts 2 ears of wheat surrounding the words 1 cent, symbolizing America's agricultural heritage. Despite its widespread production, only certain variations are sought after, such as the large date. This particular 1951 Lincoln wheat cent is known for its red color, which means it has been well preserved in a manner that prevents it from toning or tarnishing. Coins in red condition are highly desirable, especially when they are from a series that was produced in such large quantities. Despite its relatively common mintage, the 1951 Lincoln wheat cent in red condition, especially with a large date and no mint mark, is highly valued in today's market. Coins in lower grades can sell for just a few dollars, but those in mint state or those exhibiting distinct characteristics, such as this red version, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The value varies based on the auction market and condition, but expect to see prices around $200,056 or even higher, depending on the specifics of the coin's preservation and the market at the time of sale. The large date error is one of the most significant factors that increase the value of this coin. This error occurs when the mint dies used for striking were misaligned, producing a date that is noticeably larger than the standard size. Coins with this variation are particularly sought after by collectors who specialize in error coins. Additionally, collectors of the Lincoln wheat cent series are always on the lookout for well-preserved examples, making this 1951 large date coin highly collectible. Interest in this coin remains high due to its historical value and the scarcity of coins in excellent condition. It's also a piece that represents a transitional period in US coinage, as it was produced during the early post-wheat years when the economy was rapidly evolving. Next up, the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny holds a special place in the history of US coinage, marking a year of transition for the Lincoln cent series. By the mid-1950s, the United States economy was on a steady recovery post-World War II, and the penny, which had been a staple of American currency for decades, saw no drastic changes to its design. The 1956 large date penny, in particular, stands out because of its distinct design choice that sets it apart from the standard smaller date version. Unlike earlier years of the wheat cent series, which experienced various changes in the obverse and reverse designs, 1956 was part of the later years of the series, just before the penny would undergo significant redesigns in the 1960s. The 1956 Lincoln wheat penny features the classic design by Victor David Brenner, which shows a bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. On the reverse, the coin displays two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the agricultural roots of the United States. The 1956 large date variation refers to the size of the numerals on the date, which are larger than the standard date used in previous years. This large date style is often noted for its sharpness and the distinct appearance of the number. In terms of the condition discussed today, the coin in question has undergone significant color change due to its exposure to environmental elements. The coin has developed a dirty, discolored patina, which is common in older coins that have been stored improperly or exposed to moisture, dirt, or air. This patina, while reducing the coin's grade, adds an element of uniqueness that collectors find intriguing. The 1956 large date Lincoln wheat penny was minted in large quantities, with over 1 billion coins produced that year across the Philadelphia Mint. The mintage numbers were relatively high, meaning that finding a 1956 penny in circulation today isn't particularly difficult. However, as time passes, the number of well-preserved coins decreases, especially as they undergo wear and environmental damage. The value of a 1956 large date penny in color-changed dirty condition can vary significantly depending on the degree of discoloration and the overall appearance of the coin, while a well-maintained 1956 penny in fine or higher condition could fetch a modest value of 10 to 20 cents. Coins in damaged or discolored conditions typically trade for less. However, some collectors may value such pieces for their unique appearance, and bidding at auctions can push the price beyond expectations, reaching into the $83,000 range or more depending on the specifics of the coin. Despite the common nature of the 1956 large date penny, certain errors related to this coin can make it much more valuable. The most notable errors include die cracks, misstrikes, and overdates. For example, some 1956 pennies exhibit doubled die errors on the obverse, which can increase their value dramatically. While this particular coin in a color changed, dirty condition doesn't feature any obvious errors. Its historical context, age, and potential rarity in poor condition contribute to collector interest. Many collectors are drawn to coins with unique features, and this particular penny could hold significant appeal for those looking to add a piece of US history with a distinctive look to their collection. Next up, the 1957 Lincoln wheat cent holds significant importance in the context of post-World War II American coinage. It represents a period when the US was transitioning to a peacetime economy and witnessing a boom. The design of the Lincoln wheat cent, with its iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, continued to be a staple in American currency throughout much of the first half of the 20th century. In 1957, the US Mint produced over 1 billion pennies, making it one of the more common coins in circulation at the time. However, despite its high mintage, certain conditions and characteristics make some 1957 pennies worth much more than others. A coin in dark, dirty condition can still hold value depending on rarity and the market's demand for such pieces. The 1957 Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and it does not feature any mint mark, signifying its production in the Philadelphia facility. The obverse, as usual, displays the image of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse features 2 stalks of wheat surrounding the words 1 cent. This design was used on the Lincoln cent from 1909 until 1958, making the 1957 coin an example of the final year of the wheat cent design before the Lincoln Memorial replaced the reverse in 1959. Although the 1957 penny was produced in enormous numbers, the market has a growing interest in coins with a patina or darker color due to their aged appearance, which appeals to collectors of coins with history and character. The coin's condition is important, but the overall look of a well-worn and aged coin, even in a dirty state, can give it a unique character that attracts specific collectors. In dirty condition, the 1957 penny can be worth between $20,000, but its market value can vary. Coins with a dark patina often carry a certain mystique and are favored by collectors who appreciate the history behind such coins. The darker color and worn appearance might make the coin appear more historically significant, even though it is not in pristine mint condition. Coins from the 1950s generally do not command the same prices as those from earlier decades in the Lincoln Wheat series, but there are exceptions, particularly when it comes to coins with unique or exceptional features. The 1957 penny, despite its dirty state, can sometimes fetch higher prices at auction when it is a particularly well-worn piece with character. The 1957 Lincoln penny was produced with relatively few errors, but collectors still look for subtle mistakes like die cracks, doubling, or off-center strikes. While the 1957 penny in dark, dirty condition may not feature any noticeable errors, its appeal lies in its unique aging and the narrative it provides about the coin's history. The interest in these coins comes from a combination of factors: the age of the coin, its historical significance, and the fact that it is the last of the wheat cent series before the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Despite being one of the most common pennies, its status as a historical milestone makes it valuable to those interested in completing their collections or finding coins with historical depth. Next up, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is an important coin in the history of US coinage, not only due to its year of issue, but also because it marked the last year that the classic wheat design was used before the transition to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The 1958 penny, featuring the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse, holds a special place in many collectors' hearts. Even when the coin has been heavily worn, with its color changed or dirtied over time, it still maintains a level of desirability in the collector market. The year 1958 saw the end of an era for US coins. After 49 years of using the wheat reverse design, the US Mint made a significant change, introducing the Lincoln Memorial design, which would dominate the obverse of the penny for decades to come. As a result, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is the last coin in the series before that major change. This makes the 1958 penny particularly sought after by those interested in completing a full collection of Lincoln wheat pennies. This coin is also significant because it was struck just after the United States post-war boom, a time when the country was moving from wartime production into a thriving consumer economy. While this coin might not be particularly rare in terms of mintage, it's sought after for its historical importance and its role in completing the series of Lincoln wheat pennies. In 1958, over 1 billion Lincoln wheat pennies were minted across the three major mints in the US: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. This large mintage means that the 1958 penny is fairly common, and most of them are readily available in lower-grade conditions. However, like with many coins, the condition and features of the coin matter more than just how many were made. The 1958 penny, especially one with a D mint mark, is often seen as a less valuable coin in pristine condition. However, coins in poor condition, with color changes and dirt, still carry historical appeal, especially to those looking to complete a set of worn or circulated coins. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny in dirty condition, with a color change, is unlikely to fetch a high value compared to uncirculated coins or those in excellent condition. However, at auction, it may still bring in around $10,000, depending on the exact level of damage and the collector market at the time of sale. Its value is determined not just by its wear, but also by its appeal to collectors looking for specific years to fill gaps in their collections. The design, despite the coin's condition, retains a level of interest for collectors due to its historical context and the fact that it is the last year of the Lincoln wheat penny design. Coins with significant errors or unique characteristics tend to see a boost in value. However, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny does not have any major known errors that increase its worth drastically. That said, any unique characteristics, such as unusual discolorations or damage patterns, could still generate interest among error collectors or those interested in coins with character. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is valuable primarily because it represents the last year of the Lincoln wheat design. Even in less than perfect condition, it holds appeal to collectors who seek historical coins, those completing sets, or even those looking for affordable options in the world of coin collecting. Its value, while modest, is sustained by its position in history and the ongoing interest from the numismatic community. Next up, the 1955 Abraham Wheat 1-cent coin is one of the most interesting and sought-after coins in US numismatics, particularly when we talk about the large date variety and coins with specific mint marks. This penny was part of the series minted between 1909 and 1958, which features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait has become one of the most recognized and beloved images on US coinage. The 1955 wheat penny is significant for its large date variety, which refers to the distinctively large numerals used in the date on the coin. Collectors of the Lincoln wheat series have a strong preference for this variety, as the larger date is often considered a visual anomaly compared to the smaller digits seen on other years in the series. The large date is considered more aesthetically striking, and it's often viewed as a rarity within the series, making it highly desirable to collectors. This particular coin in question has the D mint mark, which signifies that it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the main US coin-producing facilities. The mint mark can add significant value to a coin, as certain mints produced fewer coins than others, and in some cases, coins from particular mints are rarer or more sought after due to various historical factors. Now, when it comes to the condition of this particular coin, it is described as being in red color dirty condition. The red refers to the coin's original copper color, which is often seen as an indicator of its freshness and lack of corrosion. However, the dirty condition suggests that the coin has been exposed to dirt grime or perhaps improper cleaning, all of which can affect its value. Cleanliness is crucial in coin collecting, and coins that have been improperly cleaned can lose some of their market value, as this can cause scratches or surface damage. Despite its dirty condition, this 1955 large date penny can still command significant value in the market. Depending on the severity of the dirt, the coin can be worth anywhere between $69,000 or more, though this value fluctuates based on auction results and the specific condition of individual coins. Coins in better condition with the large date variety can fetch much higher prices, particularly in uncirculated grades where they can be worth upwards of $100,000s or more. However, in a dirty or low-grade condition, this coin still holds appeal for collectors looking for a piece with the large date error, making it an attractive option for those on a budget who still want to own a part of history. The design of the 1955 wheat penny remains consistent with the rest of the Lincoln series. The obverse of the coin displays Abraham Lincoln's portrait, facing right with the legend "In God We Trust," the year 1955, and the mint mark D. The reverse of the coin shows 2 stalks of wheat, the denomination 1 cent, and the inscription E pluribus unum, symbolizing the Union of States. The wheat penny design, which was used from 1909 to 1958, was eventually replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The large date variety of the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny is a minor die error, which occurred when the US Mint used a punch that created larger digits than usual. While the error is subtle, it has become a distinguishing feature for collectors of this series. The large date coins are highly sought after by numismatists, particularly those who specialize in Lincoln pennies. This variety is considered a key date among the 1950s era wheat pennies. First up, the 1938 Lincoln wheat cent holds an interesting position in the history of American coinage. It's a part of the iconic wheat penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. These coins, designed by Victor David Brenner, feature the obverse design of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and the reverse with 2 stalks of wheat. The 1938 edition, minted in large quantities at the time, is highly regarded by collectors, particularly those with certain mint marks, such as the ED mint mark. In 1938, the US economy was in recovery after the Great Depression, and the penny played a crucial role in daily transactions. It was a time of economic change, and despite the large mintage numbers, certain variations of the 1938 penny, such as the one with the D mint mark, are considered rarer and thus more valuable. The mintage of the 1938 penny was considerable, with over 800 million coins struck across all minting locations. However, what makes the 1938 D wheat penny particularly valuable is the combination of factors. The mint mark denoting it was produced at the Denver Mint and the coin's specific condition. In fine condition, a 1938 D wheat penny can fetch anywhere from $63,000 at auction, depending on the level of wear and any potential error or special features. However, if it's in higher grades such as very fine or extremely fine, the price could easily climb to $72,000 or even more depending on the rarity of the specific coin and demand among collectors. The design of the 1938 D wheat penny is consistent with the series. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, with the inscription "In God We Trust" above and "Liberty" on the left side. The reverse features 2 stalks of wheat with the words "United States of America" and "De pluribus unum" surrounding a cent denomination. The mint mark D is located just below the date on the obverse side. When examining a 1938 D penny, collectors pay close attention to the sharpness of the details on Lincoln's hair, the wheat stalks, and the overall readability of the coin's inscriptions. There are several minor errors that can enhance the value of a 1938 D wheat penny, such as double die errors or misplaced mint marks. Coins with these anomalies are much more rare and can see auction prices in the range of hundreds of dollars, sometimes even thousands, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. The 1938 D wheat penny continues to hold a significant place in the hearts of collectors. As a coin that's widely circulated, it's accessible to most, yet the condition and rarity of individual pieces make them highly collectible. This coin represents a fine blend of history, design, and a touch of rarity. Next up, the 1957 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 penny, especially with the D mint mark, is another fascinating coin for collectors. The lamination damage seen on this coin is an error that occurs during the production process. Lamination errors are among the more visually striking flaws in coinage, as they result in visible peeling or flaking of the coin's surface, typically in the form of a thin layer of metal separating from the core. This occurs due to the improper bonding of the metal layers during the minting process. Lamination errors often happen when the metal strip fed into the coin press is not fully bonded or is made with faulty material. In the case of the 1957 wheat penny with lamination damage, the result is a coin that is not only a piece of history, but also an error that adds a unique characteristic. The D mint mark on this coin places it in a group minted at the Denver Mint, and this mint mark is significant because coins with errors from this facility often garner attention from collectors looking for rare and unique pieces. The lamination damage significantly reduces the coin's grade, but error collectors specifically seek out such flaws because they add rarity to the piece. A 1957 wheat penny with lamination damage in fair to good condition can generally be valued at around $96,000 depending on the size and prominence of the lamination issue. In better condition or with more distinct lamination errors, the value of this coin could rise significantly. For example, some error coins with unique and large lamination flaws can command prices well over $123,000, especially if the damage is easily visible and dramatic. Like the previous coin, the 1957 penny's value can vary greatly based on the level of damage and market demand. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny shares the same design as the rest of the series. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the inscription in God, "We trust," the date 1957, and the D mint mark beneath the date. The reverse shows the two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the agricultural heritage of the United States, with the phrase E pluribus unum and one. Lamination damage is not particularly common, and when it occurs, it can be a sought-after error, especially if it is clearly visible. Such flaws can range from minor peeling to large, noticeable flakes that can affect the coin's overall design. For many collectors, the uniqueness of a coin with this kind of damage is what makes it special. Collectors interested in error coins or those completing specific series, like the Lincoln Wheat pennies, will often seek out coins with lamination errors as valuable additions to their collection. Next up, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat cent with a D mint mark is one of the most revered and highly sought after coins in the world of U.S. numismatics. This coin, with its classic Abraham Lincoln design, stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. Produced by the U.S. Mint in 1951, it represents a significant era in U.S. coinage and has captured the attention of collectors, both for its aesthetic appeal and its potential value in today's auction market. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat cent was part of the long-running series that began in 1909, following the introduction of the Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner. The series, which featured Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat ears on the reverse, was a symbol of America's agricultural heritage and the strength of the nation during the early 20th century. By the time the 1951 cent was produced, Lincoln's image had become iconic, and the wheat cent itself was near the end of its production run. In the post-war years, the U.S. Mint was facing increased demand for coins due to the economic boom that followed World War II. The 1951 coin was struck in relatively large quantities, but the Mint's production capabilities and the changes in design and technology ensured that it remained a critical year for collectors. The total mintage of the 1951 Lincoln Wheat cent with a D mint mark is over 1 billion coins, which, on the surface, might suggest that this coin is not particularly rare. However, as with most coins, rarity is not the only factor determining value. In fact, the value of a coin depends greatly on its condition, market demand, and the interest from collectors and investors. When found in very fine condition, the 1951 D wheat cent is a relatively rare find. Most surviving examples have been in circulation for decades and show significant wear, making well-preserved specimens highly valuable. In today's auction market, this coin can command impressive prices, especially for coins with the D mint mark that were produced in Denver. The obverse of the 1951 Lincoln Wheat cent features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's portrait is depicted in profile, facing right, with the word liberty appearing to the left of his bust. Above his head, the year 1951 is inscribed, and to the right, the phrase "In God We Trust" appears. Below Lincoln's bust is the mint mark D, indicating the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. On the reverse side, the coin features the two stalks of wheat that have become synonymous with the design of the wheat cent. The phrase "United States of America" is inscribed across the top, with a pluribus unum below, a reminder of the country's national motto. The coin's denomination 1 cent is located at the bottom, flanked by the wheat stalks. The reverse design symbolizes America's agrarian roots and prosperity, making the coin a visual representation of the nation's economic vitality. One of the reasons the 1951 Lincoln wheat cent remains so popular among collectors is that it is often found with various error types, including off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks. These errors are highly coveted by collectors and can significantly increase the value of the coin. For example, a 1951 D cent with a noticeable die crack running through Lincoln's portrait or a double die on the obverse could fetch a much higher price at auction than a standard coin in the same condition. Collector interest in this coin has only grown over the years. With the passing of time, the number of well-preserved examples in very fine condition has dwindled, making it a desirable item for both casual collectors and serious numismatists. Auction houses and online marketplaces consistently see strong bidding for high-quality 1951 D wheat cents, reflecting their growing appeal. In terms of current value, a 1951 D wheat cent in very fine condition can range from $30,000, with well-preserved specimens fetching even higher prices. Coins with notable errors or pristine qualities can see auction results of or more, depending on the specific characteristics and demand. The 1951 Lincoln wheat cent with the D mint mark is a piece of American history that continues to attract both novice and expert collectors. Its combination of historical significance, enduring design, and relatively limited availability in high-grade condition makes it a valuable coin in today's market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into numismatics, the 1951 D wheat cent is a coin you don't want to overlook. Next up, the 1947 Lincoln wheat cent holds a significant place in U.S. coin history as part of the wheat cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse displays two wheat stalks, which symbolize prosperity. The 1947 Lincoln cent is part of the series' post-World War II mintage, a period that saw fluctuations in both the quality and quantity of coin production due to the war's economic aftermath. In 1947, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion Lincoln cents in various mints across the country. Most of these coins feature the large date design, and many are still in circulation today, though their condition has significantly deteriorated over the years due to everyday use. What makes the 1947 large date Lincoln wheat cent without a mint mark particularly interesting is its black color caused by oxidation and tarnish, often referred to as a dirty condition. Although the coin's condition is less than pristine, the color adds a unique aesthetic that collectors find intriguing. Despite the large mintage of over 1 billion coins in 1947, the Lincoln wheat cent series has always held a steady interest among collectors. The value of the 1947 Lincoln cent in dirty condition may not be extraordinarily high compared to well-preserved specimens, but its rarity in certain conditions boosts its appeal. In a market where condition plays a significant role in the value of a coin, this coin's value fluctuates based on its specific state of preservation. In today's auction market, coins in dirty or damaged condition can fetch anywhere between $237,000 depending on their specific wear, tarnishing, and buyer interest. However, the true value of this coin becomes more evident when it's cleaned up or restored, where the blackened tone can add a unique patina that many collectors find highly appealing. Coins in more acceptable conditions, even with a touch of tarnish, can sell for upwards of $300,000 in today's market. Those in better than average shape can even push up to the $320,000 range. As a large date cent, the 1947 Lincoln cent differs slightly from the 1946 Lincoln cent, featuring larger numerals on the date, a common characteristic in the years following World War II. This large date is considered a defining design feature of the 1947 coins. However, the most notable error or feature is the absence of a mint mark. While some coins in the wheat series carry a mint mark identifying the facility where they were struck, such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco, many coins from this period, including the 1947 cent, were minted without any mint mark, which makes them more interesting to collectors as part of a larger subset of Philadelphia Mint-produced coins. Collectors who focus on the wheat cent series are often drawn to the unique features of the 1947 Lincoln cent in dirty or worn condition. Coins in this state appeal to variety collectors, those interested in finding examples of how coins wear over time, as well as era enthusiasts who appreciate the historical context and imperfections in the minting process. Collectors who specialize in post-wee coins may also find this piece a valuable addition to their sets, especially when it's paired with other coins from the same. Next up, the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny is one of those coins that, despite its low value when minted, can fetch a surprising amount at auction, even in less than perfect condition. This penny, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, remains highly collectible for several reasons, especially when in its original, unblemished state. However, even those that have seen better days or have been heavily circulated with scratches, discoloration, and dirt can still hold value. The 1946 penny was minted during a transitional time in U.S. history, right after World War II. The country was recovering from the war and there was a resurgence in the economy. The post-war years marked a significant shift in the design of U.S. coins, but the Lincoln wheat cent maintained its classic design, which had been in circulation since 1909. The penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, which became iconic for U.S. currency. In 1946, the U.S. Mint produced a substantial number of pennies, with over 1 billion pieces minted that year across the various mints. This high mintage number usually means that individual coins are not extremely rare, and this would typically make the 1946 penny somewhat common. However, the value of any coin is determined by more than just how many were made. It's also about rarity in certain conditions, collector demand, and, of course, any unique features, such as errors or the specific coin's condition. For a coin like the 1946 Lincoln penny, with scratches, damage, and a color change due to wear, it might seem unlikely to be worth much. However, many collectors still find value in these more worn examples because they offer a glimpse into the coin's past and the history it's seen. Coins that have been passed through numerous hands often tell their own stories, and this adds a layer of intrigue for some collectors. A 1946 Lincoln wheat penny in poor condition with scratches, damage, or color changes is typically not valued highly in the market compared to coins in uncirculated or excellent condition. However, even coins with damage can fetch anywhere between $238,000 at auction, depending on demand from collectors who may want to complete a specific collection or for historical interest. Coins like these are often found in bulk lots or estate sales where they are sold for less, but their market value is still appreciated by collectors who see the value in preserving these artifacts. The design of the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny remains relatively unchanged from its earlier years. The obverse features a bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscription Liberty above and the year of mintage 1946 below. The reverse side of the coin features two wheat stalks, symbolizing America's agricultural roots, and the words E pluribus unum and 1 cent within the design. One of the main things that can impact the coin's value, even in a scratched or damaged state, is the design's appeal. While damage can detract from the coin's beauty, the historical significance and the timeless design often retain a level of collector interest. Errors on coins, such as double striking misalignment or other minting mistakes, can significantly boost a coin's value, even if the coin is in less than ideal condition. While the 1946 Lincoln penny does not have widespread recognized errors, individual collectors might still be interested in examples that show signs of unique albeit unintentional, minting characteristics. In conclusion, while the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny with scratches, damage, or a color change might not bring in huge sums in today's market, it remains a coin of historical significance and one that collectors still seek for their collections. It's a perfect example of how even seemingly low-value coins can still hold a certain level of appeal, especially to those passionate about the history they carry. Next up, we take a look at the 1946 Lincoln wheat cent with the D mint mark. This coin was minted in Denver, which is indicated by the D mint mark below the date. Like the 1947 coin, the 1946 Lincoln cent is part of the wheat cent series, a series that was produced for nearly half a century. These coins were designed by Victor David Brenner and continue to be beloved by collectors for their historical and artistic significance. In 1946, the world was recovering from the impact of World War II and the economy was starting to stabilize. The year marked a shift back to peacetime production, with coins like the 1946 Lincoln cent playing a key role in the U.S. monetary system. The wheat cent was nearing its end, as the memorial cent would replace it in 1959. The 1946 Lincoln cent with a D mint mark typically has a brilliant red color when in mint state, but the coin we're discussing today is in full damage condition, exhibiting black color from corrosion and tarnishing, along with visible scratches that further detract from its overall appearance. In 1946, the Denver Mint produced over 300 million Lincoln cents, making this coin more accessible compared to rarer issues. Despite the large mintage, 1946 D Lincoln cents are still in demand among collectors because they represent a key year in the wheat cent series. In damaged condition, this coin typically holds a lower value than those in pristine state. However, the scratches and tarnish can still carry some collector value, especially in a market where error coins and imperfect specimens hold a particular charm. Coins with heavy wear and damage can be found at auction for around $28,000. Despite the damage, these coins are still valuable to collectors because of their place in history. In better condition, a 1946 D can fetch a price of $30,000. The black coloration and tarnish, along with scratches, reduce its value but make it a curiosity piece for collectors. The 1946 D Lincoln cent features a large date on the obverse and a D mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Denver Mint. The reverse side, like other coins in the series, showcases the iconic wheat stalks that symbolize abundance and prosperity. In terms of errors, the most prominent one seen in this coin's damaged condition is the noticeable scratches, which were likely caused by improper handling or wear over time. These scratches can reduce the coin's grade significantly, which affects its price, but they also make this coin unique in its imperfections. This coin is especially desirable for error collectors and variety collectors who enjoy searching for unique examples that show the effects of wear and time. The 1946 D Lincoln wheat cent is a great addition to any collection, even if in damaged form, and it holds a special place for collectors who focus on coins from the immediate post-Wee period. Next up, the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent is part of the second-to-last year in the series. Following the end of the Great Depression, the US economy began to recover, and coin production for the year focused on regular circulation rather than commemorative pieces. While the 1939 wheat penny wasn't initially seen as anything special, time has revealed that certain variations of this coin have become quite valuable, especially the version without a mint mark. At this time, the US Mint was actively producing pennies, but most of them carried the mint mark designating their mint of origin. The 1939 wheat cent without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the busiest and most significant minting locations in the US. The absence of a mint mark made this coin stand out in its own way. The 1939 penny saw a mintage of around 600 million coins. Despite this high number, the coin is sought after by collectors because of its classic design and association with the important period in US history. The market value for a 1939 wheat penny in fine condition typically falls within the range of $82,000. However, much like its 1938 counterpart, the value of the 1939 wheat penny rises significantly with better grades. In very fine condition or higher, the coin could fetch anywhere from $10 to $30 at auction. Additionally, any errors such as double die reverses or reverse errors can increase the value substantially, with some error coins reaching the $100,000. The 1939 wheat penny shares the same basic design features as its predecessors. The obverse prominently displays Abraham Lincoln's profile with the words Liberty to the left and In God We Trust above. The reverse features the two wheat stalks, along with United States of America and a pluribus. The absence of a mint mark on this coin makes it particularly identifiable as having been struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Collectors specifically look for coins that maintain clear and crisp details, especially around the wheat stalks. As with any coin, the value of a 1939 wheat penny can be dramatically increased if it has any errors. The 1939 penny is known for a few common errors, including the doubled die obverse where Lincoln's image is doubled, and misaligned dies. These errors are highly desirable and can increase the coin's market value considerably. The 1939 wheat penny without the mint mark remains one of the most iconic coins in the series, largely due to its association with American history, the Great Depression recovery, and the ongoing interest in the Lincoln series. Because it's not as rare as other pennies from the 1940s and 1950s, it remains a prime target for collectors. Next up, the 1958 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is the last of the iconic wheat cent series, produced between 1909 and 1958. The coin was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it quickly became one of the most beloved coins in American history. The 1958 wheat penny marks the final year of production before the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial Cent in 1959. This year is crucial in terms of the design and transition, as it carries the rich history of the series, which had undergone several redesigns during its time in circulation. The coin is minted in copper, and in general, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny was produced in high numbers, making it relatively common in average condition. However, the specific example we're focusing on, the large date variety with a D mint mark in red, dirty condition, holds a different significance. The mintage of the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is massive. Over 1 billion coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but for those with specific conditions or features, such as the large date or special mint marks, their value rises significantly. The D mint mark identifies the coin as having been struck at the Denver Mint, which adds an extra layer of interest for collectors focused on mint mark varieties. In terms of market value, a 1958 Lincoln penny in average condition circulated, not mint state, generally falls in the range of a few cents. However, when in red condition, meaning it has a reddish copper tone, often a sign of minimal oxidation, and specifically if it's in a more rare or damaged form, like the dirty condition we're talking about, the price can range anywhere from $75,000 depending on the auction setting and collector interest. While this might not seem extraordinary in comparison to ultra-rare coins, it holds particular appeal for collectors who specialize in mint mark varieties, errors, and vintage penny collections. The most interesting aspect of the 1958 Lincoln penny in red, dirty condition is the potential for error varieties. In this case, collectors may look for subtle differences in the minting process, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks. These errors can elevate the coin's value dramatically, especially if they are confirmed by certification organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The dirty condition of the coin might also intrigue certain collectors who specialize in coins with unusual wear patterns. While many collectors strive for pristine specimens, others find that dirty or well-worn coins tell a more captivating story and offer a unique character that cannot be found in cleaner. Next up, the 1952 Abraham Copper Wheat Penny with a D mint mark is often overlooked by casual collectors. But this coin has seen an intriguing rise in value due to its collector interest. Though typically not considered one of the rarest coins in terms of mintage, the 1952 wheat penny has become highly sought after in various conditions, including the dirty state that many collectors once dismissed. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck during the tail end of the Wheat Penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. This period represents a significant chapter in American numismatic history, as the Wheat Penny series was designed by the artist Victor David Brenner. The obverse featured a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, while the reverse showcased two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the country's agricultural strength. In 1952, approximately 1.1 billion pennies were minted at the Denver Mint D, making it one of the higher mintage years. Despite the large number of coins produced, a variety of factors contribute to the coin's value in today's market. The design of the 1952 Wheat Penny is distinctive. The obverse features a detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln, his profile facing right. The reverse design consists of two wheat stalks encircling the phrase a pluribus unum, which means out of many, one a nod to the unity of the nation. The D mint mark indicates the coin was minted in Denver. The D mint mark itself is often a point of interest for collectors, as coins from certain mints have a slightly different aesthetic or production quality, which can influence desirability. At first glance, a dirty coin like the 1952 Wheat Penny might not seem to hold significant value, as cleaning a coin is generally considered damaging. However, certain collectors value coins like these for their unique patina, age, and the fact that they are often harder to come by in uncleaned conditions. Coins that are in dirty condition can fetch anywhere from $91,000, depending on the exact state of the coin and the interest it generates at auction. Interestingly, the 1952 Wheat Penny is considered valuable because of its specific year and mint mark, despite its common status in terms of mintage. Coins from 1952 with the D mint mark are particularly notable, and a dirty condition coin can sometimes be even more desirable due to the found nature of the coin, showing wear and tear that adds to its unique story. While there are no significant minting errors reported for the 1952 D Wheat Penny, some minor variations in the die used to mint the coins can lead to slightly different designs. These varieties can make a difference in value, though generally, the 1952 D Wheat Penny is not known for having major error coins that command significantly higher prices. The overall demand for older wheat pennies and their association with American history, especially during the post-Wheatie era, continue to drive interest. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And as always, keep hunting for those rare treasures.